with Intention podcast where we bring you stories from around the globe. Hello and welcome everyone to another beautiful episode on Rise and Thrive Mornings with Intention. And today I have a beautiful guest with me, Irene Vaksberg. And so welcome. So glad to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me here. I so appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, my beautiful friend. So please tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, please?
So my name is Irene Vaksberg. I was born in former Soviet Union. I live in Los Angeles, California. I have two children. I had two husbands. I have five grandchildren, a dog named Emma, and I've been a hairdresser for over 40 years. I've never worked a day in my life. I love what I do.
Oh, wow, that's
I'm blessed.
amazing. How's the weather there in California today?
Fabulous. I think it's going to up to 90 today.
Oh, wow, wow. Send some this way. We only have like
You can take it. It's too hot.
I want the snow to go away like that, but all in good time, right?
Yeah.
So, I want to get right into our podcast. You have an amazing story to tell us and all the things. I follow you on social media and TikTok and everywhere. So I was
Thank
waiting for this moment to come and it came finally, divine timing. So your story is incredible, incredibly inspiring. But of course, we'll have to hear some things that you know our heart will, but because you had this accident, right? A car
Yeah.
accident, and that
Yeah.
changed everything for you. So
Yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about that, the moment that it happened, and how did you navigate that difficult time, please?
Yes, thank you so much. So it happened about 14 years ago, a little over 14 years ago. I was on a way to celebrate my 43rd birthday. I was going home to change, dress up, and party like a rock star with some friends and clients. But instead, a gentleman fell asleep and T-boned us. He fell right into my passenger seat, and my life was never the same. I ended up in the hospital, whiplash, but was beyond that. Um, it's hard to explain, but my whole body was in chronic pain, um, especially the lower back and my hip. It took years to understand that I had a lumbar tear. I mean, they figured out that I had L1 through 5 damage, almost, quicker than not. It took 9 months to get my first epidural. So there was a lot of chronic pain. There was a lot of anxiety. The depression starting to sink in. I am a hairdresser. Car accident happened right before Thanksgiving. So it means that is my biggest money making time. I was booked solid and pretty much lost good 70% of my business at that moment because of my chronic pain. And the chronic pain just evolved and evolved and evolved. As the pain evolved, the depression set in, the anxiety set in, and yeah.
Very difficult time for you. I
Yeah.
can only imagine. Never been in that situation, but yeah, very hard. So you had your so I'm sorry to hear that. So losing your hair salon must have been very devastating, like you said. How did you find the strength to turn uh, carry on, like despite what was happening?
Well, it wasn't easy because as I was, well, my salon is a chair. So I didn't, that's kind of, I call it my salon, it's my own business. But it wasn't easy because not only the chronic pain was there, but the chronic pain was so bad that it gotten worse and it needed to release itself and it released it in shaking and spasms. So I would shake for 5 hours a day. I never knew when it would
Wow.
stop or would it start, what would trigger, I didn't know. There's nothing I could avoid it. So it wasn't easy. I struggled and needed morphine drips. My daughter would take care of me. I prayed a lot. The only thing I can say, because my mindset was gone, and I could not, all of the cliche things and all the words of wisdom and empowering and motivation, none of that worked at that time. So for me, I have to say, even though I did not believe in the power of prayer, it made me feel better. So I
Hmm.
prayed.
Yeah. Yeah. You were, looking for a solution, which, sometimes it takes time for it to arrive, right? Like they say, in
Yes.
divine timing, things come.
Yes.
Um, so you had, so for how long did that chronic pain was like really bad? Because like, wasn't there anything they could do for you? Like you said, you got the epidural like 9 months later or something. Why did it take so long? Like, didn't they didn't know what was happening? Was there more to it? Can you tell us more about
Sure.
that?
Insurance. When you don't have good insurance, you struggle, and by the time all of that got figured it out, it took 9 months, and I lived
Wow.
on pain meds. And you know again, I'm not blaming the doctors for I was neglected in many ways. I blame the system of the neglect, because when they cannot measure your pain, that it's hard to treat. They can't be in my body, right? If I
Mm-hmm.
had a broken arm, they can see it, they can fix it. So there's so much to it. The medical
Mm-hmm.
industry has to improve itself, and it has to be more sympathetic and listening, and saying, look, I don't know, but I'm going to try to help you, instead of
Mm-hmm.
saying, I'm sorry, I don't have any options for you, get used to being in a wheelchair. That is what they told me.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they gave up on me, so I gave up on myself even more. I was $15,000 in debt, and nothing was working. And 7 years ago, I prayed to die. I basically sat here and I said, I'm done. I had all my pills, vodka in front of me, and I said, what combination can I make so I can go faster? Like,
Wow.
I was thinking, when they told me I'll be in a wheelchair, this is the process I was sitting. I felt like God is not listening to me. He betrayed me, even though I know that wasn't true, because from a previous car accident, but I can come back and talk about that because it's all connected. I got a lot of stories for you. And so I knew he's there with me, but I didn't feel it. What I've learned, that he was waiting for that last prayer, right? He pushed me to find the strength that within me to really pray for what my heart and soul desired.
Wow,
But I
that's
had
so
to,
neat.
I had to be in that dire need, saying, I'm done. But he would not let me. So basically, wow, he made me fight for my life. That just connected while I'm speaking to you.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you surrendered.
Yeah, well, yes, I felt like I gave up, but now I understand that I surrendered, because
Yeah.
that surrendering word means worse than giving back, giving
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
It has a more powerful meaning for me.
Yeah. It can come across, yeah, but in this case you kind of like you prayed, you did the best you could. You were at your ends, and then you finally like, you know what? I surrender, like show me the way, like
Yep, yep,
what's next, right? I know because I haven't been to that extent, but I've been in a point it's like, you know what, like I really don't know what to do in this situation. And for a while it will go on in your brain and you're like rehearsing it, the same thing, and another day comes in, you're still on the same thing. It's like finally you're like show me a sign, like I surrender, I can't think, it's beyond me, like show me the way. And eventually, like when you finally at that last, you surrender, and usually that's where you get your, we call it breakthrough or miracle, whatever you want to call it, in
yeah.
where you're at. Yeah. But look at you now, like you inspire millions on social media.
Thank you.
And I follow you, that's why I was like, wow, look at her, she's so inspirational. And then you found something that is helping you. So can you share us that story, how you went from that surrender part to now thriving, and your body's I don't want to say it, I want you to introduce it. Like what is it that changed? How did you find it? Tell us about it, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that can definitely benefit, like they already are, but whoever maybe had never seen you before and they'll be like, oh my God, I need that.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you for letting me share that. So, in my prayer, the voice that was talking to me, and to me, that was God, is saying, this is your last prayer. Here's your magic wand, or, the genie in a bottle, but you don't have three wishes. You only have one. Be very, be very mindful and pray for exactly what your soul desires. Like, don't be like, fake praying. That's what I
Yeah,
heard. So,
yeah, fake praying.
sure. I said, I'm tired of being in pain. I said exactly what I said. If you're going to keep me, this is what I need. I need drug-free, non-invasive, no chemicals, no side effect. I said, I'm done being poked. I'm done being chemically induced. I walk around high, still in pain, like a zombie, no feelings, no emotions. And like, I want to go. I can't live in this body. And I said, it has to be affordable because I don't have 2 pennies to my name, right? And I
Mm,
said also, if it's a business, because, my mind was, I'm going to be in a wheelchair. I needed to make money. I have a daughter and 2 daughters and grandchildren. And anyway, make sure it's purposeful, right? That the business has a mission to it, not just looking at the money, but helping people. And I said, if you send it to me, I promise I will share the miracle that I don't believe in. And also, I'm going to share that I didn't believe in you anymore. I gave up on you, God, but you
mm,
still got me. And I released it to the world. And that's where the, surrender. I said, now you make a decision what you're going to do. If you're going to keep me, answer my prayer. So when we pray, we have to be very mindful. When we release it into the world, I had to learn that we have to look at our blessings with open mind and open heart. My blessing came in a pair of socks. They
mm.
had this magical technology in that was 7 years ago, 7.5 years ago. I said no to that miracle
Oh,
because I've been so disappointed that I made peace with my pain. I knew how to deal. I knew how to put a smile on my face and say, I am okay. Because who wants to hear your sub story, right? Like, I was making people comfortable to being around me because I was so lonely. And so the disappointment of another product not working was more painful than the pain that I lived in. And it's hard to understand if you've never been in pain and searching for some answers. And I searched for 6 years. But my dear
mm,
friend sent those magical socks anyway, and they changed my life. But we don't have any more socks. What we have now is little patches that I wear.
mm. Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah, I
yeah,
was
and
looking at the
this
website.
yeah, and this is the same technology that was in the sock is in this patch. And this is like the master. This is optimizes your brainstem and essential nervous system. So every single human being alive can benefit from it. You do not have to have pain like me. As long as you have neurology, this will change your life and help you live a better quality of life. And now we have 13 different little patches that helps with different parts of the brain, and together they kind of work like a puzzle. So this is drug free, non-invasive, no chemicals, no side effect. This is like braille for your brain.
Mm. Very interesting. Wow, and I was looking up the website, and when we have these website, it's not to sell or anything. This is just to let people know that there are things out there. There are tools out there that can help us. So, it's not just about, obviously you have to reach out, ask for help. And I was in a moment where I was at some point in my life when I almost gave up. And of course, I had that moment where you surrender, and then the voice tells you, don't give up, keep going. And so I understand certain aspects, but obviously I haven't been in that kind of pain like you. I have had kidney stones, but that's different.
That's
Um,
very painful. Kidney stones are very painful.
yes, they are.
You can
But,
relate.
they
Relate.
usually come and go and then you're done. But here you're suffering with that pain for so long. But
Yeah.
yeah, you have these vibrational technology patches, and it's a miracle for you, right?
Yes, it's a miracle for me and a miracle for over 7 million people. We're in 27 countries. And again, every single human being benefits from it. When you see my story, it's very big and you may not relate to it. But if you have a back pain, if you cannot sleep, if you just want a little bit more energy, if you just want your neurology to like really be optimized. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. So you can see I have some, and I still have a full day ahead of me and more calls and whatever. But the thing is that it's a gift from God, but it's bigger than this, right? God did answer my prayer, higher power, wherever you believe in, wherever you get your answer. That is the biggest story, that I didn't believe in him anymore,
Yeah.
but he still got me. So even if you're doubting your faith, the faith still got you.
Yeah, I want to go back to something you were saying earlier, and I find that a lot of us, what we'll do, and I'm myself too, I've done it before. What we do a lot of times is we do lip service. Oh God, please help us, or this and that, and you're like wishy-washy hoping, but you're not really going within from the heart. You're not really connecting with your heart and true desires. And then we wonder why later things don't work because you're barely just scratching the surface. You're not aligning with your heart, your true desire, and that's lip service. Oh, please help me, please help me. That's not gonna really do anything. That's just wishy-washy lip service, I find. But in the moment where I really prayed and when I really connected with my heart and surrendered at a point where I just didn't know what to do, that's when the answers really come. But we have to listen as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
I didn't know what to do, and I surrendered. And
Mm.
I think that last prayer was so heartfelt because I was exhausted. I was done. I didn't care. I made peace to go, but I did say, and I think what helped, I think what answered my prayer was the last part, that I will share it with others. That not only I didn't believe in you, but you still got me. And I think that's where I truly believe that's what made the difference in this prayer, because I prayed
Yeah.
for 5 years or 6 years. I've lost track. It's been so long.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is the mission from God. It's I wasn't looking for business. I had a successful 6-figure business that was gone, but I got a mission. It's
Yeah.
a mission before it's a business.
Yeah, and it's funny because your story is very similar to, in a way, the way it happened to Dr. Joe Dispenza. Because I remember reading his story, and same thing at the end, he's like, I don't want certain things, I don't want surgery, I don't want. But he said at the end, if I get fixed, I will dedicate my life to helping humanity. And here you said the same thing. If I
Yes,
get healed, I'll dedicate. And when you said that, she's like, I think that was the key. You know what? I believe so. Because even though Joe Dispenza had similar thing and many others, I can't recall the name, but I know a couple from The Secret, they were talking about that.
yes,
I
yes, yes.
think
That's
that
right.
makes a
I've
huge
read it many
difference.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I listened to Dr. Wait, I can't pronounce his name.
Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Dispense. I can never. I know his name is Joe, but I listen. When I walk, I listen, and I think he's been in a few car accidents as well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he had lots of issues. And I could relate when he was talking about it. He talks about neurology a lot, and
Yeah,
the,
yeah. But it's that
neurology
specific, yeah, the
and
specific thing he
neurology.
says too. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's a key because this optimized my neurology, and I actually took medicine from a cancer pain management doctor. He was the only doctor in 6 years that I saw. They said, your brain is on fire. That's why you're shaking. He could not handle the pain, and it released it. $250 a month. And then I found it a little cheaper, but did nothing for me. Nothing.
yeah,
It didn't do I still needed that epidural. I still needed my meds. This was
yeah,
7 seconds back, for me it was, the product connects to your neurology in 7 seconds, but then it's like a battery, it has to charge it, so yeah. So I'm good, I'm living my best life and inspiring others, not to give up, like, right, not to give up, but maybe surrender, but not to give up, continue knocking on those doors. It's hard. I speak to the chronic pain community. It's hard. I feel you, I understand you. It's not easy when we are thrown like a bag of potatoes, to this doctor and to that doctor, but stay strong, stay in faith. You will find what works for you.
yeah. And
And
then,
if you do, please share your story, because a beautiful soul 14 years ago
yeah,
shared their story, right?
yeah,
Like, while we were looking for different things, for me, this person shared their story. That's how I got my life back. So as I do these calls and podcasts, I say to people, please share your story, product, video, I don't know, music, book, a coach, a therapist, whatever you discovered, a food that helped you. Please share it.
Exactly, yeah, because you never know who's gonna come across your video, book, something you wrote that will inspire them or change their life forever, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so definitely worth sharing. And you just don't know, right? So you have the never give up is a very powerful motto you have. And now you went from entrepreneur to a motivational content creator. What's the biggest thing? Like how, like obviously you went from pain to, I don't know, do you have any pain or some pain still?
Zero.
So how has this changed your perspective on life and everything? Can you share more about that? Like
Sure.
versus then and now?
Oh, life is very precious, and I've always felt that, right? I think we have a gift of life, right? And after you struggle and you go through something that and you feel like you want to end your life and you have a gift that given to you second time around, right? Well, I feel like third time around for me. Um, every moment is precious. I never wasted time, but now I don't waste time at all. I don't sweat the small stuff. I don't worry about what anybody thinks of me because they're going to think about something anyway. I walk to my own beat on my drum. I follow my intuition. I follow my mission, purpose, and passion. I'm in the zone of inspiring you and giving you motivation, support to go get it done. I just came from Europe. I love to travel. And when in that moment when the doctor said to me, you will be in a wheelchair, that was like the, you know, life sentence for me that I
Mm,
cannot travel, right? 14 days in Europe. I did Amsterdam. I've done so much of traveling, and I don't waste time. I don't find excuses. I make it happen, right? The moment is now. Life is precious. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And stop playing small. Like I did never played small, but after my car accident, I became even louder and bigger and shining brighter.
yeah, yeah. And
Right?
you had a moment, but that moment is now you rebuilt yourself, you got stronger. You had to go through whatever you had to go through to get you to where you are now, which you are now like a voice for so many that either don't want to speak because they're afraid, or a voice now where it's like, hey, I know there's help out there. Go get it.
Yeah.
It is
And
there. You just have to reach
for,
out.
for me, I just want to be support for others and letting them know they can do it too. I didn't seek this. I fought with myself. How am I going to share it? Because I did promise. But I don't like, I don't like to be in front of the lights, even though people say you look so natural. But like I want to support others, but unfortunately, in order for me to support others, I have to be in front to be able to create that community and say, "You are welcome to my community." In your darkest, deepest, difficult moment is not the end of you; it's just the beginning of you. You've been planted. You're a seed. I thought my car accident buried me, but it actually planted me for so much healing. I've healed from things that from 20 years ago through this car accident because I had to take some responsibility for myself. I had to lean into that pain and understand the manifestation of the car accident, right?
Mm,
I like you said, lip service. I said things, but I didn't follow. And that's a really big thing. And again, it goes back to my first car accident. And if you ever need a guest, we can go back to it and talk about
I'd
that
love to
whole
have you back.
right? That whole energy that you send out words but no action, right? And it's
Yeah.
just lip service, and universe doesn't understand it. It's just you're not doing something. It'll make you like if I changed my life just a little bit, and I would not have a car accident, right?
Hmm.
But so I've learned, right? I procrastinated. I didn't do it, and universe did it for me. It stopped me at my track.
Yeah, and exactly, like there's so many things, either you had to learn or you learned for a reason to get you to the next step and so on. And even in Dr. Joe Dispenza, I didn't even know that our heart is much more powerful than our thoughts. I mean, thoughts is one thing, but our heart gives out an even bigger
Yeah.
signal out to the universe. So if when it's comparing to the lip service but you're not feeling anything and you're just like, oh yeah, I want to get better, but really you're just saying that, it's like, well, nothing's really gonna shift. And it's like almost like bringing you down to your knees, you would say, to kind of like open up like your mind more, your heart more, and really connect with everything around you. And sometimes we have to learn those hard lessons, and sometimes we don't have to. I mean, not always, but obviously, things happen. We cannot all have the same experiences, you know. Um, and it's in one way that's a beauty, because your experiences will teach you that. Mine experience, whatever happened to me, will teach me that, and if I share, it'll show somebody else a different way. So that's the beauty, because I think on another level, it actually connects us even more as humans.
That's right.
It's not just about the things that happen. It connects us to reach out to that fellow human who is also struggling and they need help, and be like, hey, I know I can help you. I've been through something similar. So it goes far beyond that. Things happen, but they have greater lessons to teach us behind it, whether it's a lesson for us, like for me, myself, or because of through my thing that happened, it'll show you a different way, a message, or whatever, like growth, right? So it
Absolutely.
can go so many ways.
Hairdresser for 40 years. I At point of time, I decided that I don't have to learn on all my mistakes. I can learn from other people's mistakes and be aware of it, and maybe not, deal with it a little bit differently. So other people's stories give us hope, and that's all I had is other people's stories for a very long time. Other people in chronic pain or in dire situation, I watch their videos and I always like, thank you for doing this, thank you for sharing it, you gave me hope today, you inspire me today. So it's so important to share the stories, and I'm so grateful to you, all the people that have platforms, they invite us to share our stories
Or
in
the
a
ripple effect of impact around the world, right?
yes, yes. And we're grateful because we have stories, and we need a space to 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 share them. And so I'm extremely grateful to all the podcasters and all the people that constantly invite me to the groups to be able to share my story.
Of course, yeah, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Um, so how can people, do they reach out to you if they want a product? If anybody actually is going through something and they want to buy or know more about this product, do they reach out to you? Okay.
Yes, it's the best way to do it because I am your personal concierge. I will hold your hand, I will explain, I will guide you, will figure out the products that you need. Again, you don't have to be in any pain. I can improve your football game or golf or just your yoga pose. So, every single person can benefit. Sleep, anxiety, if you need a little bit mood enhancer, you need to burn some extra calories while you sleep. We got that for you too. Bad habits. So we have something for everyone. So it's not just about pain. It's just about wellness of your neurology. So yes,
Yeah,
I'm
quality of
everywhere.
life.
Yeah. Overall, like I am everywhere. The easiest way to communicate is Messenger and Facebook, just because I can send more information. Instagram is fine too. TikTok, I'm everywhere, but Facebook is probably the easier. WhatsApp, you can do the same thing there. My phone number is everywhere.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And we'll also share this in the video. And
Thank you.
so tell us what's next for you. Any exciting projects or new ways you're looking to inspire and support others?
So, right now I'm still on a high. I went to UK. My business was nominated at the one award, but it was two awards. I was a finalist in one, and I won
Congratulations.
of business of the world. And the other one, they have so
Wow.
many names in this group. And the other one was a spiritual network marketer, something like that, or inspirational. I think it was more inspirational. So I was um runner up for that. So right now I'm just kind of sitting here and grateful for that acknowledgement and
Wow, that's
kind of
amazing.
thank you so much. And, just kind of getting all the information processed from that beautiful trip. And yes, my next project is as everyday project, share the power of prayer, of power of keeping, positive energy as much possible, but also acknowledging the pain, the hurt. You cannot move past that. We have to go through that pain, unfortunately, and I'm here for you. And of course, sharing the power of the technology and meeting beautiful people. Like I don't have like specific things, just kind of sharing and inspiring the world, you know, to live in harmony and peace and togetherness.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I love what you do, and I've been in pain most of my life, so I know it's not easy. Whether it was migraine headaches or kidney stones or something else, it's not easy to live with pain, and it drains you. And yeah, so we are so glad you are here and to share the light and your journey with us. So what is one, I know you've kind of mentioned, but to narrow it down, if you could leave our listeners with just one powerful advice of resilience and perseverance, what would that be?
So, as I kind of touched on it before, that your darkest moment, your difficult moment, is not the end of you. It is the beginning of you. It actually gives you superpower. You're not buried, you're planted. So water that seed, right? Start that healing journey slowly, surely, baby steps, and get to become a big, huge oak.
Yeah. I don't know who says this phrase, but I forget. But don't die with your music still in you or something like that.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And I dance all the time. So let's get dancing.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah. Oh,
dancing. Yeah. So just know where you are is where meant to be. And people get angry at me. I'm meant to be in pain. Well, yes, you meant to get through this difficult moment so you can grow. You're stagnant. We
yeah.
don't we don't grow in happy mode. We take that for granted. Actually, I don't take my happiness for granted anymore because I know how hard I had to fight for it. So yes, where you're meant right now, that's where you're meant to be. So take that value from that pain, learn, and don't waste it. Tony Robbins is
Mm,
amazing. It changed completely for me. He said there was a pastor there, and he talked about it. The pain, and God gives it to you because He knows you can handle. I used to hate that, but I understood after the fact. Yes, I could handle it. And what He said, you were the chosen to handle it, and but you were chosen because you're not going to waste it. And I didn't understand what He said. And He said, well, you go through pain, is your scars. You on the other side, you had a scar. Now be proud of it, show it, don't waste it, help others to see the light in the darkness. I mean, I can go on and on, but I get
that's
so excited to like all this metaphors. So you got it. Remember, everything you need is within yourself.
that's
We have
right.
forgotten how to trust ourselves and rely on ourselves. We're looking for someone else to save us, but somebody can support you in your savings, but you still have to do the work.
Exactly. Yeah. So the name of the podcast is, as you know, Rise and Thrive, Mornings with Intention. How important do you think it is to set your intention first thing in the morning for the rest of your day or week even?
Absolutely important. Every morning, it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed in 30 years. Every morning, I get up and I say, God, I trust you. Universe, bring me the right people. When I had the hair salon major building, and I said, bring me the right people that meant to sit in my chair. I trust you. I believe it. And you got me. I'm walking outside now, and I'm going to walk with the intentions to meet that right client. And that's how I've done it. I'm always putting the intention. I want to have a happy, healthy, happy day. I want to meet this person. I want to connect with this person. So I intentionally do it. And again, yoga, exercise, drinking water, that's all part of my intentional day that I start to help my soul, my body function, right?
Exactly. Wow, that's beautiful. I love that.
And
And
I do at
go ahead.
night. I also do the same thing at night. I say gratitude. Thank you so much for bringing the right people into my life. And I'm grateful for them. And sometimes people say, well, what if no one came to you if today, the right person? I say, well, that's how the day was supposed to meet. I was not supposed to meet that right person, but that's never happens. That someone always, there's a message from someone with the right message for me, or I have the right message for them. So I trust it. However the day evolves, I know I'm doing it with intention.
Oh, I love that. I definitely love that so much. Thank you for sharing all your beautiful insights. And I actually am gonna have a special podcast talking about the intention, but it's not what you're gonna think it is gonna be. It's gonna go very deep into setting the intentions for the day. So I will post it, of course, on social media when I'll have that special podcast or workshop. I haven't decided quite yet, but it's gonna be very interesting. So thank you everyone for listening today. I truly hope you got some golden nuggets out of listening to us today. Irene, it's been amazing to finally meet you. First of all, I've been waiting for this moment, and thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And again, everything is going to be posted in the video, how to get in touch with Irene or myself. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate. We are here for you. So thank you so much for being here, Irene.
Thank you so much, Eva. If
You're
I
welcome.
put Eva, right? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's perfect. So thank you again, everyone, and we'll see you guys soon again. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
You too.